Have you ever said something and the other person took it completely the wrong way? Or maybe someone's words have hurt you and you're left wondering if they really meant it. Well, today we're going to dive into a really powerful story about that exact feeling. It's called The Hummingbird in the Box.
Seriously, just think about it for a second. A time you totally misunderstood what someone was trying to say to you. It's a pretty frustrating feeling, right? Well, that exact kind of mix-up is at the very heart of the story we're about to get into.
So the story kicks off with this line: "The old study smelled like dust and secrets." I just love that. You can almost smell the old paper, can't you? And you just know this room has stories to tell, maybe even some that have been hidden for a very, very long time.
And this is where we meet our main character, Maya. Her dad has just asked her to do something she has been dreading: clean out her grandfather's study. And he passed away 2 years ago. For Maya, this isn't just about cleaning a room. It's like having to face a ghost.
So you can imagine how she's feeling. It's a whole mix of things. At first, she's just disgruntled, annoyed and grumpy about having to do it. But that feeling gets deeper, and she becomes discontented, just really unhappy with the whole situation. And underneath it all, there's this heavy feeling of melancholy, which is this deep, lingering sadness that just kind of hangs over her.
And it's not just Maya who feels this way. The whole house seems to be sad with her. The mood is described as solemn, which means everything feels really formal and serious. It's also somber, which paints this picture of a dark, gloomy atmosphere. It's almost like the house is reflecting her own sad mood right back at her.
So as Maya starts working, all these memories of her grandfather come flooding back, and he wasn't exactly the warm, fuzzy type. He was a man of few words, and when he did speak, his words could feel, well, sharp, like they could sting. The story uses these two fantastic words to describe the way he talked: acerbic and caustic. Acerbic means his comments were sharp and kind of witty, but in a way that could really cut you down. And caustic is even stronger. It's sarcastic and bitter, like his words were practically designed to burn. Yeah, not your typical grandpa.
And this really shows you the clash between them. Her grandfather hated what he called frivolity. Basically, anything he saw as silly or not serious enough. Because of that, Maya learned to be deferential around him. She was always quiet and respectful, mostly just trying to stay out of the line of fire. So as Maya sinks into his big leather armchair, she falls into a state of pensiveness. She's just lost in deep, serious thought, replaying all these memories and wrestling with this one really painful question: did he even like me? But then, in the middle of all that heavy thinking, something catches her eye. Her inquisitive nature, her natural curiosity takes over, and she spots this little metal box tucked away on a bookshelf. And this is the moment where everything starts to change. She opens the box, and inside, there's just a single note with this really strange message: "The Minotaur's prize, don't get lost." I mean, what on earth could that mean? It's a puzzle. He's left a puzzle for her. So what her grandfather is doing here is pretty clever. He's making an allusion. An allusion is when you make an indirect reference to something famous, like a person, a place, or in this case, a myth. He's pointing her toward the Greek myth of the Minotaur and the labyrinth without actually saying it. And the allusion works. Maya remembers the myths her grandfather used to read to her, and she finds a book on the shelf called Myths of the Labyrinth. But when she pulls it out, she realizes it's not a book at all. It's a secret box, and inside, she finds his journal. And as she starts to read, she finds this one line written directly to her. He says, "Watching you was like watching a hummingbird stuck in a box." Wow, what a powerful image that is.
And what he's using here is something called an analogy. That's when you compare two completely different things, like a granddaughter and a trapped bird, to try and explain a really complicated idea or feeling that you can't just say outright.
And then it all becomes clear. He explains exactly what he meant. She was the hummingbird, full of life and energy and vibrancy, and he saw himself as the gruff, confining box that was trapping her. It wasn't that he disliked her. He was actually afraid that he was the one holding her back. For the first time, in his own words, he reveals how he truly felt. His feelings were both earnest, meaning he had this deep, sincere pride in her, and they were sincere, meaning his love was totally genuine, straight from the heart.
And this right here, this is the heart of their entire misunderstanding. He admits that his words were often equivocal. They were vague, unclear, and could be taken in more than one way. But he insists his feelings for her were never ambiguous. For him, his love was crystal clear, even if he was just terrible at showing it.
In that single moment of understanding, everything changes for Maya. That heavy, sad feeling, that melancholy that she's been carrying around for 2 years, it just vanishes. It's like a massive weight has finally been lifted off her shoulders.
Just look at this transformation. In an instant, she goes from feeling melancholy and disgruntled to ebullient, which is just bubbling over with joy and energy, and even euphoric, a feeling of intense, overwhelming happiness. She finally knows, for sure, that she was loved all along.
A little later, her dad comes back into the study, and his own grave or very serious expression just melts away as he reads the journal entry. It's replaced by a reflective look. He's lost in thought, probably realizing he might have misunderstood his own father too.
And this is the grandfather's final lesson, not just for Maya, but for all of us, really. He warns her not to make the same mistake he did. Don't let your sharp words hide a soft heart.
So the story leaves us with this really important question to think about in our own lives. The hummingbird and the box are such a powerful reminder that our words matter so much. So how can we make sure our words are building bridges and not boxes?